Thanks for joining me today. I'm just so glad to be back in Australia and given the chance to photograph birds. Spent 5 weeks overseas, most of that time in Thailand, and today it's only about 9 o'clock, but the humidity is so high. I'm sweating like a pig. In Thailand at 30 degrees, it was bearable. There was just no humidity. But enough of my whinging. I'm glad to be back because it's been about 2 months since I've taken photos of birds. And I'm just down here at my local waterhole, Black Duck Lagoon. I've got my Fotopro X-Airfly Monopod. I've got the fluid head holding my Z6 II with the 200 to 500. And if you haven't caught up, just before I went away to Thailand, I bought a Nikon 1.4 teleconverter just to give me that extra reach. So I'm not shooting at f5.6 anymore, I'm shooting at f8, but I've got that extra reach, and that extra reach means I don't have to crop as much, and that's giving me better photos. So I'm really happy about that. Today, I just want to talk about the joys and frustrations of bird photography. I've talked about this in the past where we go out with an expectation of taking great photos. My expectation this morning was just being out here. That's it. That is all I'm happy about. I got some photos. Oh, I'm happy about that. I got a Corella in flight, just taking off from a branch. I've got some rainbow lorikeets just looking very busy. I don't know what was in the hollow log, but they were squawking like crazy, looking down. Exciting photos. So I love photographing kingfishers, but this sacred kingfisher was playing hide and seek with me, even with the 1.4 telly. It was just so small in the frame. And I ended up having to use the DX crop mode, but I was just happy to see it. And the amount of black cormorants that were here earlier, they've just gone now. There would have been hundreds of them flying around. But you know, after 2 weeks of not taking any bird photos, taking bird in flight photos, they're all out of focus. I just couldn't focus on them. I've got to get back in the swing of things. And this is the joys and frustrations that we go out with an expectation. I go out with an expectation, but my expectation is always dulled down because I know that from the past, you build yourself up to go like, wow, I'm going to go down and take great photos. Like at the moment on the Facebook pages of Brisbane Birds, they're showing beautiful birds up at Mount Glorious. And there's this beautiful fruit dove, very colourful. And people are posting great photos of it. And somebody that I know, they went up there and they showed their photos and they said, you know, I was a bit disappointed because the fruit dove didn't come out. It stayed well in the tree and I had to crop it severely. But he added, but I'm still very happy that I got a photo of it. And that's the attitude we need to have. We need to have the attitude, well, I didn't get the photo I want, but I got a photo. So I'm going to go back there next time and hope for the better. And that is the way that I look at my photography. Like I know when I come here most of the time, I'm going to get kingfisher photos because they're around here everywhere. And I can get them flying around, I can get them in the open. This morning I didn't get that. Am I right? No, I still got some other photos. It's just an enjoyable just to be out of the house and breathe in Mother Nature. That's the mindset that we have to have after quite a long time of photographing birds, photographing wildlife. You learn, just like in landscape photography. You can see the beautiful clouds in the sky. You go like, great, I'm going to have a great sunset. The sun's going to bounce off the clouds, and just as sunset comes, all those cirrus clouds, they disappear, and you end up with bland. Well, you were still out there. You still enjoyed Mother Nature. And here are some photos now of the birds that I got this morning. Enjoy them, just like I enjoyed taking photos of them. Some of them aren't the best, but it's still nice to see, like, just the birds around. Part of the joys and frustrations of photography is that we travel to Thailand about every 2 years, 18 months to 2 years. The last time we went over, I took my 200 to 500. I go like, I'm going to get some nice photos of birds. I only used it one time just to photograph this one bird here. The rest of the time, the birds were just too far and there was hardly any birds around. But you know my frustration? That is that this time, around where we live, there were just a lot of birds. And we travelled to a place called Sukhothai. It's a historical place where the King of Thailand lived, like hundreds of years ago. We stayed at a very nice resort, and as we were unpacking the bags, my daughter goes, "Hey Dad, look at that." There were birds everywhere, but there was one bird that when I lived in Thailand for 3 years, I'd only seen once. It's a brownish bird with a little crest on it, and it was only about 10 meters away. And we were just watching it, and it had no care in the world. I had no lens that I could take a photo with it. One of the ladies that looked after the resort, she came in to give us our towels, and I said, "Wow, look at this bird." She goes, "They're here all the time." She said, "Most of the time we've got 3 or 4 of them." So I told my wife, next time we're going, I'm bringing my lens. But the joys and frustrations, with my sort of luck, the next time I go there, they won't be there. This is joys of photography. We've just got to roll the dice. Hope for the best. Expect the worst sometimes, but still be very thankful that we've got beautiful areas to take photos of birds. If you agree with me, give it a big thumbs up. Stay safe, enjoy bird photography, and I'll see you next time.